After last year's miss, Wade has been thinking about Old Spooky all year long. And now we catch up to him as he's back on the Wendlandt Ranch, ready to put an end to this feud. And trusty cameraman Jeff Reynolds is there to get it all on tape.
When we set up a game plan, we talk about, okay, this is what we're gonna hunt today. This is we're after this deer, whatever it may be. It's kind of it's a team deal. It's not just one person and you throw some camera guy behind you and, hey, hit record and show me what happens. I mean, you're a hunter. You just happen to have a camera instead of a gun. But it's that same feeling, whether you're pulling the trigger or you're hitting that record button.
This is actually the scene of the crime from last year. That's actually the blind right over there, and we're gonna walk right by the scrape that deer was standing by last year when I took that shot. This year we're set up kind of overlooking a big valley about 70 yards literally back to the right of where that deer was last year when I took a shot at him. And the theory is these deer are gonna move in and out of there. I mean, they're eating on persimmons, they're eating on acorns. We're gonna throw a little bit of corn down there as well. And these deer are just gonna be, migrate through. It's early season, so we'll see some bachelor groups, some big groups of doe, and hopefully with the way the wind conditions are, and this deer being where he's the most comfortable, he'll come out there and give us a sight to see. I know we're gonna see deer. Whether we see him, that remains to be seen.
I mean, I was excited, and everybody was all in on trying to hunt this deer because he was kind of becoming one of them legendary deer that you tend to have around a camp. We started sitting there and we didn't see him. And then we'd hunted again and we didn't see him. And then we had a brief glimpse of him coming down the road and that was about it. Then we had an encounter that just amplified his legendary status. We were sitting there, it's pretty early, it's pretty hot that afternoon, and the wind was kind of moving around left to right, and it'd come right to left, and then it would kind of go down that valley. But we felt like we were high enough and far enough away we could get away with it. And we had an old doe, and I thought maybe another buck out there in front of us kind of milling around. And all I remember hearing Jeff say is, shoot her, shoot her. And that's code for us. I mean, get ready. And I'm looking down in through there, and I see some legs coming through the brush, and the next thing I know, I just hear, they're blowing, and I mean, it sounded like an avalanche out there of rocks, and I can see this deer bounding away, just over the hill. I'm thinking, there goes old Spooky. He's gone again. If you're a deer hunter and you get hung up on one deer, it becomes something that you think about, you obsess about, you dwell on. You can see him in your mind all the time down there, making a rub, making a scrape, walking by on a trail, and you just can't wait till he gives you that shot where he does what you're hoping that he'll do. But what this deer does is he hides behind bushes and stares at you. And he'll step out over here and he'll just, where there's no shot, how you even see him amazes me. There's one time where he's standing there for 10 minutes down in this bottom just staring at us. Realizes we're there, gone. So as I sit here and talk about old Spooky, he's somewhere out there in those hills and draws, down there on the Colorado River. He's eating acorns, playing with persimmons, chasing does. And I hope whenever he goes to sleep, he thinks about this guy that's been hunting him. And I'm thinking about next time I get in that stand, I gotta come up with a better idea, a better plan to kill old Spooky, because right now he's got my number.